As the European season comes to a close this weekend, we're in the capital of Azerbaijan track, making it the...
Oh shit, look at that track. Look at that track. Ooh, look at that track. Look at the track. Look at the track. Oh shit. Oh my god. That's what the track look like in real life. Oh my god. Okay, so bro, y'all need to move the motherfucking cars out of New York City, man. So we got a motherfucking cool ass track. Shit. Oh my god, track New York City, Manhattan, nigga. Oh, that'll be lit. And they cut through the motherfucking like all that shit, Central Park. That shit. Oh my god, that'll be lit. That'll be so lit. All right, let me let this track. So yeah, I see Sector 1, Sector 2, Sector 3. Oh, so it starts, bro. Oh my god, that's lit. It's lit as fuck. It's lit. Oh, all right. So track distance, laps 51, lap record 1 minute. Charles Leclerc. Oh wait, so wait, is that still like time to beat? Like what?
Longest on the entire stand is to flat out 200 mph straight. Update on the tyres for the weekend as well. Pirelli have brought forecast throughout the course. mph straight. Update on the tyres for the weekend as well.
Tap. Compound, softest, hardest, long lasting. Okay, so the shit hard, it's gonna last longer. If it's medium, it's balanced. And if it's soft, it's make you go fast. Like, okay, word.
Pirelli have brought forecast throughout the course of the weekend. Track conditions a little tricky. It is Harry Benjamin with you.
On as we're looking at here, we're actually going backwards on the track off the entire
fucking castle, nigga. Hold on.
Harry Benjamin with you.
on as we're
What the fuck? Oh shit, look at the whole castle. What?
we're looking at here, we're actually going backwards on the track off the entire F1 calendar. And then you come along up to the braking of turn 1, and that's what we're about to see from that.
Bit of a truncated session. We didn't really get...
Note is that because P1 was much shorter, as you said, we'll see the improvement through that session. We've obviously had, so they'll not be too worried about that. And I did
Actually, but he didn't actually lose that much time, Kareem, relative to...
As
What happened? Was there like a crash or something?
The lap times were nearly 3
Why is Verstappen in 3?
have moved on and progressed, and you know it is
Will got fucked up
year on year.
Well, just a few moments away then. Be a rather busy one based on the lack of track. Forward to see what action we've got installed for FP2.
qualifying and the race. The forecast is a little bit old.
Yeah, there's some rain for the morning of Saturday and Sunday, so let's
Just nightmare or one you absolutely relish?
at the right condition when you get to race day means people have more reactions to do.
Well, we're expecting...
Hello everybody, good afternoon here from Azerbaijan. Starting to cool off practice session, as did his teammate Charles Leclerc, and it's quickly out to be worked by the back of the car. Button up, we heard yesterday, Harry, Hamilton always going out and something to do with the brakes or the brake programming.
Thanks, Ted. I mean, yeah, Kareem, I mean, not surprised they're going to want to...
Into 15, a really difficult braking zone there, and I think it's the highest braking energy.
And Albon actually got out on the hard tyre in the next hour. Clearly, differing strategies, but...
See a first run on in P2 session.
Clearly
Then they
not.
moved Bottom into catch you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah, how tight that shit is.
Run on in P2 session.
Clearly
Then they
not.
moved
That is so like your handling gotta be on point. Handling gotta be on point. OD. What? Oh my gosh. It's like
Then they're on the soft tyre, and that's really unusual for this session. Off in the medium tyre is going to be very, very small. Keep that grip for the entire lap, 6
man,
kilometers.
why the fuck New York City got a motherfucking street circuit, man? That man's got me fucked up.
Qualifying, and therefore they're saving them from the safety car or a red flag in the race. So people are maybe going with 4 mediums. So if you see how the rest of the session goes, but
Harry, that is starts with a grid because as we're coming through, I hope we stay on board. I'd love to see. Just to the point, I was hoping to see that bar go all.
Run all the way to the checkered flag. Let's just see where this Sky Sports and now viewers a reminder radio to get started. All you need to do is to Sky ID and head to the Sky Sports F1 channel to choose your with any of your drivers, whether it be Hamilton, Liam Lawson,
and then turn left. Lewis Hamilton, the snatching feeling. And Lewis just flat spotted to go in the bin, and he can at least get a
helmet. You might be able to spy the bloomer this weekend. Sounded quite hoarse in an FP2.
Oh no, he in first.
He in first through the rest of the four corners, all pretty much 90 degree.
Oh shit, what just happened?
Get himself through the rest of the four corners.
Bro, I'm over here keeping my eye on the top, but like it seems like a lot of movement and passing going on in the middle. In the middle of the little 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 section, I'll be seeing. Oh shit.
Lozenges to get himself through the rest of the four corners, all pretty much 90 degree.
The rear of the car, a little bit of movement. A lot here, don't we? Going on the parks and.
Now, if you're George Russell, Karim Chandov, are you a bit annoyed at the moment?
A bit strange because what comprehensively.
Damn.
His teammate Mercedes.
God damn, yo! Every time I see a shot of, I feel like it's the same. It's the same street. Just gets tinier and tinier, bro.
Strange because.
So you gotta break. OD. You gotta break OD.
What comprehend?
Wait, is that the same?
Are you a bit annoyed at the moment?
A bit strange because. What
you gotta break OD. You gotta break OD.
Comprehensively.
That little, yo, they got a whole castle on this shit, bro. Yo, shit, a whole fucking castle, bro. Yo, oh my god.
Mercedes this
nah,
year.
That's lit.
He was clear. I would be annoyed because if there were any question marks Verstappen is going to come into, George should have been. I would be, and he's delivered brilliantly on track.
I think he's had one of the front running consistently all the time. Certainly when you compare it. George
obviously
on the side of the garage.
Hold on.
I would be, and he's delivered brilliantly on track.
I think he's had one of the front running consistently all the time. Certainly when you compare it.
Oh shit!
On that side of the garage.
Nah, niggas is really passing each other in this shit.
Underwhelming. He said it quite. I think he said it about 5 times. Consistently outperforming. Yes, I know. Okay, a rookie drive. It is indeed the hat.
Oh, what happened?
Just a tight runoff area.
It's a point per circuit, not just here, Monaco as well. And it sounds weird to say, but
easiest gear to engage. The other gears doesn't clash in any way. There's no damage. And that's why they have to practice it in advance. They engage it, but we go through that with each their driver do it in the garage or situation, but just make sure it properly engages.
So we go from one rookie Kimi Antonelli talking about Verstappen earlier on in the year, and Ollie Behrman is for Haas replacing Kevin Magnussen. And does have to be on the careful side, and that I think
you'll see before our qualifying show tomorrow.
Oh, you walk
the fact, especially the Silverstone 4 overtaking in Monaco. I actually think Monza he was unlucky. Okay, right of review. I think they could have been a good case to return, obviously with Carlos in that incident. I sympathise a little bit with Ollie for that one.
I think I could have put in a review.
And them brakes
we
is
didn't
lit.
have anywhere with it or didn't think it would be possible, but points it does miss a race.
Who their reserve driver was?
Do you know?
I know the answer
now.
You know the answer.
He would go into Haas.
No, it's Hirokawa. He does from World Endurance Championship. So Hirokawa out in Imola, testing, getting some mileage in.
So watch this from Leclerc and I go to the line there, and actually, yeah.
It's the fastest we've seen of anyone, and I don't see anyone in front of Lewis.
Here he comes, Lewis Hamilton on that mean
kilometers an hour. The slipstream is worse, and yeah, 7 kilometers an hour. You could see that effect of perfect toes. We didn't stick. This is it.
We're gonna from Leclerc. Oh well, looked a little bit more than gentle.
Nice one. He's cruising in the racing line.
But you sat down in the strategy meeting, particularly obviously a benefit of a toe, but equally if it's going to miss, it's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, majority of the track. So you can leave the pit lane behind into during the lap. Here it's quite different, but what you would ideally want is wires and they tow you. So they've not been in front of you for the wreck. It means you're running at a different time to everyone else.
Norris did a very good first hit, bring near McLaren, but it looks.
Karoon, how important getting a perfect pit entry. Alonso to close
Oh!
quickly, and then it's coming in.
That
getting a
nice little ass
pit
drift
entry
right there,
Alonso
bro.
McLaren, but it looks
Karun, how important getting a perfect pit entry Alonso to close on him so quickly, and then it's coming in. But he was giving it some on the in lap though, wasn't he?
parked after the 90-degree corner. They pulled out the slipstream, but the race director has, on that occasion, and they sort of
Was
duped
that here
Ferrari.
or in Monza?
Standing birdie.
So because you have a minimum outlap, don't want to tow through the old school section.
I think they'd gone.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm very sure. I'll have to go back. Watch it on a
we'll
online viewing platform.
Well,
This is top tier
we-
FP2 chat. You can present your findings for FP3. You make by 2.5 tenths on the stop. It's still waiting for those going fairly well so far. There, and it's the rear wide. It has a bit of give there. Ferrari heading to the wall, pushing hard.
Yo, I hope they have extra tires, man. Yo, tires getting fucked up. Holy shit.
Then in these early stage, much better run so far after the red. It was a whisker. Pushing hard in these early stages, and it is currently coming to the pits. They don't want to come out and play.
Right, amazing. Yeah, this he was rightly saying earlier, the difference between the he'd done on the tyre when he did that best time, much less abrasive than permanent tracks. The surface isn't something that is going to be an issue.
I think that would be a detriment to him. Point though, also the other thing that I was to be moved to September time now, compared to how much is that a thing that the teams are going to have.
So yeah, I think that the team. It is a street circuit, as we keep saying. Little bit tracks have lots of compares at a whole range, and use it to estimate what the end of the year is actually. It's very variable, potentially very dull, very, very windy. When we had it in a sort of more stable earlier part. One thing just to pick up what Karun said about the medium tyre there, and potentially for their second run. Let's see what they come out in, because their preferred qualifying tyre. So potentially straightforward. They might run it in FP3, but that's obviously.
Yeah, it looks like they're struggling to get the belts between the two runs for a little comfort break or something.
Back, so getting busier in the pit lane as they head out.
Struggled to get out of Q1, this team and the Alpine team. Actually, he lost a bit of time, so maybe that P18 had steadily to this racetrack. Pinto did a bit of testing for them earlier on in the. They are trying to be maybe offsetting some of their on wing. Take a look at it when you see.
It's there, you can see he turns the good exit out of there to start the lap far away from turn one. So the benefit, the car's crabbing there, he's done the suspension.
Of turn 4, and will have to lead. Really struggling with the steering. He's hitting the wall.
Damn. Oh my god, yo, that alignment is fucked up. Yo, the car is like driving on its side. It's like it's doing. It's like it's in the middle of doing like a drift, but it's not. Holy shit.
Have to lead.
Oh my god, that's shit.
The car's crabbing there, he's done the suspension.
Of turn 4, and will have to lead.
Oh man.
Really struggling with the steering. He's hitting the wall.
I'm in the wall. Yeah, okay.
That's a long way, he's got half a lap to go.
We have a setting on the steering wheel. It's actually generally
The right-hander, and then just that rear suspension.
shaft, so the main move and punctured the gearbox. That's the in Monaco that he didn't make it to the start line. The differential in the gearbox, so actually might damage the suspension a little bit. The floor, the diff, which decides how much. So they basically it makes it safe to drive.
It's looking at sight for sore eyes as he tries to Tsunoda on him in a minute, but he can cut the corner. Left remaining, finding the wall, having topped F. Little bit of momentum swing. Every single finite D finding the wall, and it wasn't even the first time he found the wall.
He carried a bit of understeer, and then eventually it bites, and for the level of grip that he had, but to the pit lane.
One thing had a bit of adjustment. Went back out on the use, went into that corner a little bit too hot.
Entry to focus on. No, his McLaren mechanics, and I think Ted.
Yeah, I can see that rear corner, just a trolley, supermarket trolley, which obviously the wheel's gone. They're going to have to change one of the. But yeah, when they're seeing Ferrari, actually, well, that's a hit, quite literally, that Lando didn't need.
Now and approaching that castle section where it gets
Slide there through the right-hander, the top of the compromises line for 12. We'll see.
He does have a brush with it, but it's more of the tech probe back.
Yeah, but enough to back out of it.
Yeah, Leclerc, you could argue, really is a king, the fastest of anybody. I think Ferrari has a handy habit of being rather quick.
Say, compared to Hamilton, This is a big weekend for Lewis. You know, if he can match, give Lewis a lot of confidence. And so far, you know,
Yeah, I don't know if I have any damage.
Nice look there. Certainly some of the paint.
skills for him, isn't it? So clearly, you know, the amount of steering lock he had on, just the front right, which is, no, but I think Piastri, because he was carrying so.
Franco Colapinto finding that 19th at the moment, but going a little better on Zo, who has qualified inside the T1. Looked like he was set for some points last time, buckling during the race. Rather sore here.
Watch his head just bobbing around. I know you guys were, yeah, down the start finish rate. I do wonder, this could be another weekend. Oh, we saw it in Monza. You know, it's it could be something
on that soft tyre now. That toe a little bit down on time in the middle sector.
in run. Lewis is going to get a nice toe here straight, even though he's lost a bit in the middle sector.
Time it stays in second with a little bit more cause for optimism. 6 as we get
To see someone have that lock up at turn 2, isn't it? Gap before 16 and
hard, but it's the two Ferraris at the moment. One and
Right, take a look for yourself at Lando Norris's car.
I wouldn't say so.
I wouldn't have said so too. So he's starting with an engine problem that caught him. Sure, this broken suspension on the back that's on stands doesn't mean that it's impossible, but I can normally do between free practice 2 and we saw it last week in Monza with Kimi Antonelli, didn't win of the title. Discuss. It will affect him, Bernie.
The one first run on that, Norris has had the ability that he will be able to not get the second run on the soft tyre, which conversely, there's often, I've had many years, which I'm sure Harry's P3, and then it's a real, you know, it's look at what went wrong. Is it the difference between the going into qualifying tomorrow?
But also, I think, I mean, a lot has burst to kind of fess up to any quickly at times. He's able, if he has a bad Sunday, doesn't dwell on it, that's beyond his realms. He's quick, and I think he's got that mentality where he'll get back in the car for FP3 and I'll be quick again.
took himself out of the race.
But like, hey, listen, them wheels, freaking suspensions for these vehicles, for these race cars, gonna be done after this weekend, man. I gotta work on that shit again.
A massive margin, and really, he's got that ability to.
George Russell flying out there at the moment. Swap on. This is Antonelli though with the DRS. A drift on that soft tyre, but it is George Russell.
He's had that big moment coming out of 12, and let's see if he's been able to get in. So I don't think he's going to go again.
No, I think moments.
Is he just
Oh, he's
checking into the pits?
Yeah,
Yes, he is.
so they've done their second set, so I think he wasn't pushed.
That maybe the rear right temperature was all low. Ultimate grip for George Russell. That Lewis Hamilton will become the first driver for Lewis Hamilton. We'll see what unfolds. Through the first sector, threading his way. Did with a bit of a toe from his teammate by tomorrow afternoon, but it's certainly around this track.
Yeah, and he's been a match for Leclerc, and so far it's a tyre. He's looked competitive, and you know, he'll sleep well with that tonight. All Piastri also brushing the wall, but Mercedes and Red
Man's got George Russell in the Mercedes. We turn 12 and then abandon ship. I think I just saw one of the McLarens head out of our commentary box, which is just opposite the wall. The wheels are off, the car up on the jack.
Done some numbers, Harry.
Oh,
Got
yes,
my microphone
please.
on. Ran 2 sets of softs. Oh,
The runoff before you head left up the hill. You can't do a quick 360 spin. It's not what.
sets of soft, and between the 2 sets, as we have, Lewis Hamilton ran seconds.
So that tells
Number of times.
yeah,
Largest number of times.
so that tells you that the track improvement is better.
Faster than the soft. That's
Hey.
what the step up between the tyre, but to be clear, Hamilton was leading in the first tyre earlier, so that is interesting.
More than normal weekends, isn't it?
Which is at an advantage when he's session tomorrow afternoon.
But I mean, qualifying too, so that could almost have like a
More tricky to work out in Q1, for example.
it's good for us. Watch
Good
it.
for us, yeah.
By the stewards for after the session. Now, I don't think we've seen a bit of trouble after the practice session. I mean, it's a bit of
It
it.
seemed to sort of pop up soon after he came up, so about 13 minutes ago. Came in into turn 1.
Left in it still though, both Ferraris out there.
Out there doing his race run at the end to go P1. So it's significant to get him out there. He's on the same set of medium a little bit more rapidly with, what have we got, 5 minutes. It's going to end FP2 fast. I think pretty sure it is.
I'm pretty sure it is, Ted, yeah.
Keeping the ball rolling, keeping these improvements rolling.
Just to have that little bit of a boost in confidence.
Look at the timesheets. You see I think for Lewis, just hearing him on the radio just to help him find a bit more performance. And
Strong on both tyres, top time sheets on confidence going into the rest of the weekend. And again, I think we were a little bit concerned earlier on the value in the past, so could Lewis continue confidence boost going into tomorrow? And
it's best at the moment, the two Mercedes, but we didn't really get hard, and Piastri also having a brush with it is looking a little bit tight. Martin and Tsunoda, I mean, we're looking at race runs trying to get on top of as the pressure in the Racing Bulls actually ahead of him. Not by much.
Be good. He was sort of nip and tuck the fourth of the Red Bull cars. Actually, Liam Lawson's 10, so that's a good effort from Liam Lawson.
Is it a Racing Bulls seat alongside maybe an arm?
I can keep both, if I'm honest. I career has been very good, but down there at a turn, Grano failure there. So, yeah, have another year in F2, building with Kimi Antonelli. Give him really that is next year's Formula 1 car is going to be a 24 car that he can go testing in. But I just think, and I really think, if you're going to have your own powertrain, keep Yuki and Liam for next year. Iwan's doing all that stuff. He's young.
Red Bull thing sometimes where they do just want to.
We've witnessed this year and last year, arguably, a team that has so much success as they have put two drivers into. How does their junior able to step into that second Red Bull seat? Red Bull.
No, I would argue, but if you look at Gasly, look at Albon,
as we've seen in the last couple of years, even with Checo, right?
Because the field is so tight now.
What the numbers were between Gasly and Albon, to be perfectly split between Max and whoever's in the other Red Bull.
So a very small mistake, a very McLaren, who this year have been long in the years that they were dominant. So the field went to adapt to that.
The one thing, I thought he's now come to realise that. Well, yeah, exactly. So the second seat there, we know is still up for grabs.
As the sensation that he's been, I'm pretty sure he was the last, and they honour that contract, and we would never have seen. No one really ever knows until you get there.
Yeah, exactly. It's to improve it in qualifying, so you need the points on Sunday to bring that.
To discuss throughout practice, but a much busier. We know how quick he is around the Baku City circuit. Norris, we didn't get to see all that he had with Hajar, Tsunoda, Bortoletto, the top 50. Aston Martin. Lots to discuss then.